Martin's presentation for Silence Day. We were originally going to do something about silence, but that's probably not going to work.
LGBT Day of Silence is next Friday, April 8th. I'm still planning on participating. This is for International Day of Trans Day of Disability. And so that's what we were talking about, the trans umbrella and gay. And so specifically
Can y'all see me? Can the recording see it?
Okay, we can see you on the recording. Keep it like that.
Okay, like this.
First one will be Leo's percent.
All right. First topic up is being transgender and female to male presenting. Some facts. Being transgender means that one's gender identity, its class expression, and/or behavior does not match those associated with the sex they were assigned at birth. FTM stands for female to male, and MTF stands for male to female. These are just the binary identities. Some famous people who are trans or are in the trans community are Elliot Page from the Umbrella Academy. Sorry. Addison Grace, the singer. If you guys recognize "I Wanna Be a Boy" from TikTok.
they recently released that too.
Yes, it did. And then Robbie Daniel Skinner, aka Katie Town, aka This Is Home, aka Lemon Boy. Transitioning. There are different ways for people to transition. Some choose hormone replacement therapy. After that, some people go on to have gender affirming surgery, and some people don't want to do medical transitioning and prefer other ways, such as chest binding, packers, and cupping.
There's also socially transitioning, which is also kind of related to like just transitioning in general and medically transitioning. These are different things. Social transitioning is different because it is a term used to describe when someone begins the process of changing the way that they are treated in the world and the world around them personally, so that they feel more safe and more happy. Socially transitioning, it can include, but it's not. It can include, but it's not always limited to changing of someone's name, physical appearance, and pronouns. It does depend on the person, though some people don't want to change their pronouns, some people don't want to be super open about their transition.
Yes, so one of the slides I added was gender nonconforming. So some facts about gender nonconforming is gender nonconforming is designating or relating to a person whose behavior or appearance does not conform to prevailing culture or social expectations about what is appropriate to their gender. So you don't adhere to social gender norms that your assigned gender is at birth. This can also refer to
Ready to camp? Please come to the Student Service Center. Ready to camp? Student Service Center.
beautiful things. I feel it's just being more appearance and opportunity. Okay, and that's also refers to behavior, preferences, and roles that don't conform.
Okay. So this is one of the specific non-binary gender identities. Is agender. The term agender literally translates to without gender. However, there are some nuances within this to change depending on the person. So depending on the personal relationship a person has with their gender, the term agender can include a complete lack of gender on the person's part. It could be one specific term for the person's gender that they do have, but maybe don't have any other words to describe it. Agender people also use, or can also use non-binary labels, like other non-binary labels to express their gender. However, it's not always needed. There's a lot of fluidity and a lot of, not a lot of harsh rules when it comes to being agender. And next is gender apathy, which is similar. Gender apathy is a term used by people who do not strongly identify with any existing gender label. This is very similar to agender, but this is different because generally, gender apathetic people do not gender, I fall under this label. It's generally separated from their person, and it's not, or you don't really care about discussing it. It's a really lesser known identity, and which causes people to not really know too much about it. I learned about it last year, I think. And so it's not as well known, but it's still legal and valid, and it's an experience that really can help us.
Hi. So I also did non-binary, which I am non-binary. So I thought it'd be appropriate for me to read it. So some facts about non-binary or gender queer as another term for it is an umbrella term for gender identities that are neither female nor male. So being non-binary is not the same thing as intersex, as a couple people believe. So most non-binary people use the pronouns they, them as their gender identity because it is neither feminine nor masculine. Someone can still be non-binary even if they look female or male. Non-binary has no look. Some other terms that are under the non-binary umbrella are agender, genderless, bigender, and pangender, plus many more. Also me, name changer. So if you know me, you know that I have changed my name, so again, that would be appropriate to touch on this topic. So some facts about name changing. Why do people change their name? Many people change their name because they feel that the name they are given at birth doesn't sit right with their true gender. I use the wrong form of right, but that's fine. Many trans people change this part of themselves to feel more accepted in their own body and skin and feel accepted from their own selves. So it is important that we respect people's names, that if they change it, because it can really affect someone's life in a harsh way if not taken seriously.
Okay. And on the subject of name changing and gender and pronouns, a really large debate in the trans community is whether gender is the equivalent to the pronouns you use, which the short answer to this is no, but if you want to get kind of deeper into the issue, because we know that we think of someone's gender identity as something that's tied to their pronouns because you use their pronouns in that everyday life. Well, this is true in some cases, like Sarah said, a lot of non-binary people kind of default to their them pronoun. It's not uncommon for people to have the pronoun that they use be not attached to their gender identity. There's a lot of specific nuance that depends on which person who uses the pronouns. It can be kind of difficult to explain the reasons why someone might not use the pronouns that are attached to their gender. I use the word attached very loosely, for lack of a better word. It's kind of like an association. But the pronouns are part of someone's gender expression, not necessarily part of their identity. So their identity and pronouns can be closely related, or they could not be. It kind of just depends on the way you use their gender. Yeah, everyone is different, but even if you don't really understand the breakage in between pronouns and gender, then you should still respect it. Because that's
Gender fluidity. What is gender fluidity? Gender fluidity is a new label that gender fluidity is a gender label that applies to all whose gender is not fixed or does not stay the same. This orientation's gender expression can change sporadically, though it does depend on the person. It could be from day to day, week to week, month to month, or even years. At one time, a person can feel feminine, and other times feel masculine or androgynous. Someone who is gender fluid may feel fluid in their gender expression. However, that does not mean that they identify as another gender according to their expression at that time. So if they're feeling feminine, that does not always mean that they identify as a woman. Gender fluidity is loved, real, and accepted in the LGBT+
talk about science and someone who is known for being part of science and is well respected for it. So I decided that I should bring Bill Nye into this. For the iPad.
This is what is happening in the study of human sex, sexual. Right now, biologists, sociologists, anthropologists, they're all trying to figure this out. And they're finding human sexuality is on the spectrum. If you're like me, I know you're still learning about this field of science. They used to think there were just two settings, male and female. But it's actually a lot sexier. Check out smoking hot advocates of sex. Now, as you can see, this is a pretty complicated issue. From an anthropologist, I better to talk about sex than two cis-male white guys. Jeremy, it's good to see you. It's good to see you, Bill. I see you at the of sex. A version of it. If I'm going too fast, I'll be with you. The first aspect of sexuality is sex. Here's what I'm saying. Biologically, not everybody fits into the categories of people. And by everybody, I mean every living, reproducing thing. Am I right, Clarence? Wow, here he is. No, this is relevant because you may not know clownfish can change their sex. There's a variety in chromosomes. And like I said, there are sex chromosome abnormalities in 1 in 400 pregnancies. Yes? But there's also a variety in sex hormones. This whole thing is wild, people. Am I right there? Absolutely. Now, the next aspect of this is gender. We used to think gender and sex as synonymous, but these days we use these. Sex is biological. Gender is how you identify yourself in the world experience. I am biologically male, and I identify myself as a man. Let's say that's me right there. And then this is me identifying myself as a man. So my sex and gender are on the same side of the spectrum. But there are people whose sex and gender are not the same. As a first hypothesis, scientists thought there might be a male brain and a female brain. So perhaps a person can have a male brain in a female body and a female brain in a male body, or the other way around. But there are people who identify as both genders, or neither gender, or a combination of the two. And it turns out you can't identify the gender of a brain just by looking at it. Gender is like sex. It's a spectrum. Now, I know when you started this up, episode, which probably most of you remember, you want to hear about sexual intercourse. About doing it. We scientists call the Netflix and chill aspect of sexuality attraction. Netflix and chill. But guess what? Turns out who you are attracted to is also on a spectrum. Some people are heterosexual or straight. They're attracted to people of the opposite sex. Other people are homosexual or gay. They're attracted to people of the same sex. But there are also bisexual. Who are attracted to 2 or more sexes, and asexual people who aren't attracted to any sex. Pansexual people are attracted to individuals regardless of their sex or gender. There are so many different possibilities. Even the current definitions don't fully capture the whole picture. Science is a process. But wait, there's more. more, just one more, just one more. We call it expression, or how you present yourself to me. In a lot of places, like the U.S., many women wear makeup, and men usually don't. Although, I have quite a bit on right now. How about you there?
Just you know.
Here in the U.S., makeup is considered feminine, as opposed to blue jeans, which used to be masculine. But now everyone wears it. Expression and style are cultural, and they change with time. We said this way. Oh, see how K-pop is changing attitudes.
Certainly did.
Did you have a good time?
I had plenty of time, as I would love to show you. We could roll it up.
So we're not gonna see the whole episode again. Film that.
It's on YouTube. It's fine.
It is.
Yeah.
It's on YouTube if you want to see it more and bigger. There's some transgender misunderstood issues. So there's a couple things people say. All transgender. Sorry, phrases. I just got it yesterday.
Nice.
So all transgender people buy or pack. This is false. Not everyone does that or would like to do that. Some people would love to do that. Myself included.
Yeah, me too. Anyways.
Being transgender is a choice or a result of abuse. That's absolutely false, and please don't believe that. Yeah, it's not. It's called myth. Just forward on textbooks.
Exactly.
And all transgender individuals want to change their, want to have a gender affirming surgery. Not everyone will do it, as covered by Leo earlier on. Some people actually prefer to keep some things in a certain way. That's not all of them.
Why are you staring at me like
You want a kiss? Something like staring Transgender people are mentally ill. Not true. I mean, yeah, well, some of them. We're not crazy. We're all depressed. We have no problem. We're not crazy. Okay, so now you can pray it away. Everyone has heard this one.
Conversion therapy is fake. It doesn't work. Chick-fil-A.
It's just a phase. It has a phase. They're all false. So, for the ending for my part, I decided to do some male to female celebrities.
Yeah.
We have male to female. Marsha P. Johnson. Absolutely legend. Yep. And respect on her male to female. And Miriam Rivera.
it's hot.
So that was the here's the camera continuing. So that was our trans presentation for the GSA. So I don't know. I think pretty much everyone in here is pretty much part of GSA anyway. So unless you aren't or you want to share it to your friends, that we join our club. We have meetings every Thursday in 1128, right over there. It's legit like right there.
Yeah.
You can get out and just walk. It's right there. And then we also have an Instagram. That is what our Instagram, what the GSA Instagram handle is. We also have a Discord. There's a link to the Discord. It's in the bio. So